Hi, if you're new here, I'm Kaniti, and if you're already watching my One Piece Chill channel, welcome back. Today we are going to read the newest chapter of One Piece number 1113. So of course, spoiler alert if you're not up to date with manga. Let's see what this chapter has. Let's go. Adapted cover request by a man who likes Yamata. Robin playing chess with the other Straw Hats as the pieces. Hey, that's so cool. I like it so much. There are a lot of Chopper. Oh my gosh, Nami is a queen, of course. So cute. This is actually damn, a really nice choice of the figures. Actually, I don't know how many of the figures are called in English, unfortunately. I know how to call them in Russian, but not in English. But I have to say, the knights, I guess they are all called the knights, this kind of figures, because we see Sanji and Zora here on the horses. And then the tower, maybe. It's just my guesses, right? Jinbei and Frankie are just perfect. And then I guess it's called Bishop, this figure. And we have Brook and here Usopp as well. I think this is Luffy like a wild card. I think he isn't representing as any of the figures here. And the choppers are, of course, this like regular soldiers. That is, wait, this one isn't even with a beer jug. So fun. These guys are just chilling, drinking sake and tea. I know this is just perfect, like how they were chosen for their roles. I think it couldn't have been better. This is a really nice color spread, to be honest. I like this a lot. The king is a fighting piece. But I think yeah, right. So these are the king and the queen. Right. So Luffy is here. Looks just as Luffy, but I guess he's like a king figure. And now we got the chapter is called Stalemate. And gosh, we're so close to that Vegapunk's announcement. The mind of a genius, the world's largest brain. Punk Records. Now then, while my coffee could use more time to cool, it's probably safe to assume that we've given people sufficient time to set up their video transponder snails. T-minus 30 seconds, Stella. I'm getting nervous. We'll be broadcasting to the entire world. It continues to live even after your death. So these lines in the first panel, they were by this Gorosei. I think his name was Mars. I'm still a bit struggling to remember the Gorosei's different names. Yeah, this one is Mars, Marcus Mars. And he is the one saying that this Punk Records, as the world's largest brain continues to live even after Vegapunk's death. Is this your true self, Vegapunk? So he questions here how like the Vegapunk is supposed to be killed, but this Punk Records is still functioning. So okay, let's see the next. Ooh. This is what he is saying. Oh, that was the sounds that we heard. Wait, this looks so like creepy and impressive at the same time. Holy shit. Yeah, that's his double page, and we got this like huge brain, like freaking enormous. The top of his head that he cut off and replaced with an apple. And what was I saying? I was even confused. Yeah, the sounds that we heard in the end of the previous chapter, they are probably the ones like coming from the, I don't know, liquid, some kind of liquid in this reservoir, because I don't think it's just like water, right? It has to be something that keeps this brain alive. So what are we talking about is, even if Stella's body is dead, this brain in this reservoir is still continuing functioning. Then again, what is death to someone like this, to something like this? Is your consciousness even housed here? There's a lot of philosophical questions, dude. There are a lot of tubes just looking through this page. And no, this is just such a cool sci-fi panel, how to say it. Indeed, this footage will eventually reach the entire world, broadcast continues. I take pride in that connection, but sharing this is also a great burden. At this point, we see Mars wants to going to step on the snail, but then we change suddenly to another place, so we don't see what happens. Like, I really hope that we get to hear the broadcast, so something has to happen. Either there are like backup snails, this is not maybe the main one, this is just like not a trap, or how to say it, red herring, right? Or someone stops him, like something has to happen, especially since we have this little moment like, okay, we are not going to see what happens right now, so this gives us room for speculation. Okay, something is going to happen, something may be going to stop him. Now we go to Syrup Village, Usopp's hometown, and we see Mary here. Is the blue. No way, you don't have one, Kaya-san? We thought you'd be the one person in the village who would. Do you realize how big video transponder snails are? Wait, she didn't set up her snail, she couldn't. It's rather larger than your average house pet. Now allow me to fetch the tea. Dr. Vegapunk is no, they have a snail, but I guess they can only hear, they can't set up a video. Is that what it's about? Oh, she looks so good. She looks so happy and healthy. And I don't know. To be honest, I'll be completely honest. If not like the setting, if not the context, if I saw just the picture, I wouldn't recognize her. I'm like, oh, just a regular One Piece girl. But yeah, I'm happy to see her. Dr. Vegapunk is a legend in the medical field too, you know. Right, because she also wants to be in the medical field, right? So she must be like, this is what the aspect she's thinking about. Oh, he's cool in the medical field. He's kind of someone to look up to as well here, right? I know all about it, as if you big liar. Pima Ninjin, you should take Dr. Vegapunk's research more seriously. It will be starting shortly, Marines are saying, somewhere on the marine base, I suppose. Then on Twin Cave, we see Laboon. They're also preparing. I'm just thinking Laboon also watching the transmission. But do they have transmission here though? Like, there is a snail, but I think this might be also... Oh my gosh, I just noticed something. Look at the first panel on the page. Look at the snail they have. Oh my gosh, it has this little, also like Mary, like how a sheep did, like going Mary did on the back of the snail, this little cute sheep. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice this. Like sheep as an animal, not sheep as a vehicle. This is so adorable. And yeah, here the snail also is special, I think, having like the same hairstyle. It's so nice to have this little like customization on the snails where it represents like the person or the household, they're kind of symbolic, etc. I think that's really cute, and it's like neat to notice these details. For example, the snail that we have in Vegapunk's lab, it has SSG written on it, its shell is black, and it has a little antenna coming out on top that we don't see with other snails here. So these are really some neat little details. The futuristic island of Baltimore, Vegapunk's hometown, that's where Franky spent his time skip. You mean he was really born here? You betcha, he is Baltimore's pride and joy. Wasn't he responsible for the nightmare of Baltimore? No, that was Franky. I heard he's turned himself into a sheep now. Sorry. This is fine. Let's continue. How many years has it been now, Vegapunk? But they are watching the nice video transmission. I wonder how important it is to see the video. Birdie Kingdom, where Chopper studied. It's interesting, like here there is a note. They didn't say, well, I guess in Vegapunk's hometown they mention Frank in a dialogue, so there's no need to mention in an info. But here we actually see the note. Birdie Kingdom where Chopper studied. South Blue. Seems it's about the island where Tanuki is. But they also mention Chopper in the dialogue though. A king of modern science, but his smarts have also been used to make many weapons. Oh my gosh, look at this. I think these are kids. And they're looking at their snail that has, you know, this style, like their hairstyle, this kind of bun they have on their heads. And these children look so freaking happy. I just can't. They're like, this kind of face, I swear. Oh my gosh. Hachinosu, the pirate island, New World. Quiet down, yes, Scallywags. That Vega fellow is gonna speak. So what? You grasp merely and letting that slide just to listen to some more fossil mates. They are having fun. They're chilling. Do they have? Yeah, they have transmission here. Do they have video? Like in the previous one on Birdie Kingdom, I think they only have audio. I don't see any screen anywhere. While of course on Hachinosu, on Beehive Island, they have a huge screen here, but not many of them are paying attention. They have their own things, you know. This dude and this dudette are just chilling, drinking and dancing. She has this kind of Dressrosa style dress, by the way. This is just like some random people. Can you hear me? Testing, testing. Okay, we see some other characters from other places. Wait, this girl in a coat. Is this also some random person? Should I recognize her from somewhere holding the umbrella? Okay, I'm not sure where this little panel is from. Like the next one, the buildings, they remind me of Dressrosa, but I don't think like there were these specific ones in Dressrosa. And then we have this kind of prince looking figure that looks like Sterry, like Sabo's brother. And I tried to Google it in many different ways, but I can't really find this scenery anywhere. So if you have any idea, like the next panel after this Rain City, the people with dots on their clothes, like this looks very recognizable, right? Very recognizable place, but I can't seem to, because it doesn't look like Goa Kingdom, for example, right? So I feel like I should recognize this place. So please share in the comments if you do, because I would like to know, because I feel confused. Then we have, now I can appreciate when Oda always writes down like where we are, right? The Twin Cape, Birdie Kingdom, Beehive Island, but he didn't write anything on these two panels. Now, yeah, we go back to Egghead New World, testing. Okay, the broadcast is still going. Next page. Yes, yeah, we go back to that moment. So the food is already over the snail. This is... I'm sorry, I'm just... This is Vegapunk. Attention. Well, okay, he continues. An ordinary transponder snail. So this black thing with antenna that I mentioned, it just fell off. I guess when he just touched it with his foot. That means this is no mere hiding place then. You wanted to fool me with a decoy. A decoy is a good word. I said red herring. I guess that's not really like the correct terminology. Decoy is the best one. So he maybe destroyed that piece over her, or it just fell off and he recognized it's just a regular snail. And this is just one of these many snails that just also transmit this recording, and not like the original snail that is the source of the recording, so to say. So he was fooled. Okay, that makes sense. That was one of the like expected outcomes here, but we are still still in danger. I still want to. Okay, let's go. Curse you, Vegapunk. Hello out there, Stella. We already had an introduction when we did the signal checking part. I know that. Fine then. We'll get started without further ado. Okay. Whew. Alright, let's hear it already. Who knows what's coming? Everyone is excited to hear it. What's up? A very important man is making an announcement. Just go back to bed, dear. Okay, I would like to hear an announcement by a very important man. I don't want to go to bed. Yeah, we see a few more places here without the writing. I think we might recognize this one. Oh, there are nice mountains in the forest here as well. This looks very cozy. It hasn't stopped yet. Mars, what are you doing? My apologies. That wretched Vegapunk, he was much more cautious than we gave him credit for. Okay, you shouldn't underestimate your opponents, especially if this is like the smartest freaking man in the world. I mean, even I, a regular person, thought, okay, this snail must be a decoy. They can be a decoy very well. It's very high probability, and Mars is like, bleh. Okay, dude, be a bit smarter. There's currently no stopping the broadcast. He just gives up. He's just like, oh, okay, this snail, it's not it. So I guess I'll just give up. There's no stopping the broadcast. Well, I tried. What the heck? It's impossible to determine how much he actually knows or what he intends to say now. But York told us he wished to carry the torch of the Oharan scholars. That's what they're most like scared of, right? Okay, next page. I'm ready. This won't be a repeat of Clover. He means to finish what Ohara started. We see the faces of all the Gorosei, some looking more goofy, some more serious. They remember the death of Clover. Well, I guess not. We just get a little frame with a flashback how he was killed. Thinking about Vegapunk now. Yeah, I guess this is like Clover was also a scholar. And Vegapunk is also, you could say, a scholar. So there is a parallel now, and they think, okay, like we silenced Clover, but it seems like we can't silence Vegapunk. Did you hear that? It was a sweet girl crying out, Bonnie-chan needs me! Sanji, good hearing as always. Okay, Vegapunk here, still, he's on Sanji's shoulder, and I think he could still be, like, his eyes are closed, but he doesn't really look that dead, do you think? What is, and again, like, in his case, we talked about this before, especially since there are still his satellites that are alive. I mean, yes, Stella is the main body, but his parts of him and his brain, like even if his main body dies, he kind of still lives on if there is at least one satellite left, right? What is that thing, Jewelry Bonnie? We will not surrender our military might to you. Get back, Bonnie, out of the way, friend, yeah? If anyone's gonna pull off an impressive rescue of Bonnie, Sanji is like, wait up. You're not the hero here. I have to save the girl. It will be me. Sweet girl, Clarence. I think like it's also like the choice of words is nice here. He said the sweet girl crying out. That's not like a beautiful girl. This is more fitting to a child because Bonnie is really a child. So she's a sweet girl, a small, cute, sweet girl, you know. And like anyone whose gender is female, she has to be rescued from the very little sweet girl, I think, to the older woman, right? It will be me. Okay, this is a lot happening on this. Okay, so we have Nusjura here. By the way, I think I was confused a bit about Nusjura, thinking, he is not any kind of planet, and I got a comment that V in his name stands for Venus, and I'm like, oh, wait, that makes a lot of sense, right? Because now it fits like with the planets. So we have Nusjura here attacking Bonnie. Frank is ready to protect her, but Sanji is like, step away, that's my job, protecting women and girls, etc. And what is this? Yeah, this is the kind of heat that goes like under the chin, right? So this on top we see Nusjura's head, and it looks like he sustained quite a lot of damage. I mean, this gotta say, they are not that strong. That is the feeling I'm getting. They are not good. I feel like also, there's a point about this is that they have spent so much time on top and not really doing much with their own hands, that first of all they underestimate people a lot, and they don't really like go all out, they don't really care. I think we saw that already in many instances, that they're also not scared of receiving damage because they regenerate immediately, so they don't really give a fuck about like evading, deflecting. They're just, well, I'll just tank it. There are a lot of points that I think make sense, like story-wise, why this is so easy for us to deal blows to them, We are not gonna cut you slack just cause you're senile. This is a pirate's fight, you jizz. That's a nice burn. Okay, let's move on. Oh, the horse is so cute. Oh, it chomps on Sanji with crush and snap. Oof. Doesn't look good. Oof. Sanji, Bonnie cries out. Huh? What's that? Giants here. I confess that. Vegapunk continues. I've committed 2 grave sins. It's starting. People are watching the broadcast. The struggle here continues. Oima, hold him down. With pleasure, Kashi. Okay, we get giants helping us with Nusjura, Sanji flying off a little. Oh my gosh, Atlas is so cute on this pen. I'm like, the tension is rising. Okay, this is serious. What is going on? What is Vegapunk going to say? And then like, oh, Atlas, looking so adorable. Oh, distorted future. What the heck? Is that jewelry Bonnie? Okay, so obviously Sanji, he was still holding the Vegapunk, and when he was attacked by Nusjura, by horse part of Nusjura, the Vegapunk flew off, and in this moment Atlas has caught him, but Bonnie, worried about Sanji now and everyone, she decided to also step it up and using her distorted future. And here we see like some of the Marines shocked. What the heck is that, jewelry, Bonnie? Give me a giantish future. Oh, this looks nice. Damn, these shoes. and yes, she becomes very big, and her foot, it's just her boot goes for Nusjura's head while he being held down by the giants. Gosh, this escalates. He looks back at her. He's the only one of the Garasei who always looks like really serious. I think the other ones look so goofy in their forms. I said it a million times, but I will say it again. I just can't get enough of it. But he is like, he looks like an actual menace, I believe. Okay, the broadcast continues. I believe that I will soon be executed for my transgressions, so this message will be programmed to broadcast the second my heart stops beating. So this is a very crucial piece of information. Yeah, we know that he was dying and the broadcast has started because he was like, that was, I think, obvious, but I think when he says more specifically, did he say that specifically when my heart stops beating? So that's it, he's completely dead. This should be a corpse, right? But I don't know. Okay, let's continue. Sabaody Archipelago. He can't be serious. Wait, does that mean he's already dead? It can't be. He was all over the papers just this morning. They said he's been held hostage by the Straw Hat Pirates. Is this the guy that was kinda Sanji posters look alike and was given a pretty face by Sanji? Wait, Duval. That looks like Duval, right? Is that him? I think it looks like him. I just forgot his name, but I'm looking at his picture, and I think that, yeah, that's totally him. That's totally him. I refuse to accept. Just that was really fun arc. I remember this. He was given a plastic surgery of his feet. Okay, continue. I refuse to accept this. You are lying, you bastard. You can't just die. We just teamed up so we can surpass you. Oh, this evil science team here from season Sanchez dead, and then we go to Morgan's. Hey, what's the big idea with this massive broadcast? Is he trying to kill print media? Yeah, he's starting television now. Freak your print media. That is so yesterday. Now we have One Piece YouTube. Even so, I want to make one thing clear, and I pray you understand this. Please do not assume that the ones who strike me down are evil, regardless of who they seem to be. I do not intend to discuss right and wrong here. Yeah, leave us alone, Vegapunk. Okay, this is stuff going on here, but the broadcast continues. Okay, so of course, Saturn here. He attacks this group of Straw Hats here, Nami, Usopp, Brook, Chopper, and so this is their dialogue. Leave us alone, step aside, I have no time. Wait, no. I bet this must be like he would call them vermin. He is saying, Saturn, step aside, I have no time to deal with vermin like you. But I'm more interested in, like, I don't intend to discuss. He knows that, and the Gorosei, the CP are the ones who should kill him, but he's like, they are not evil. I don't intend to discuss right and wrong. I'm not qualified to judge such things, and I do not know nearly enough about him in any case. I think he was expecting death by a certain person, maybe like from, for example, Rob Lucci specifically in particular, and he's like, well, don't judge like him personally, or something like this. I do not know nearly enough about him in any case. Don't know nearly enough though. But this is only one person he's talking about, only about him. One person. It's not like a group of Gorosei, for example, right? That voice Robin recognizes. I see. Wait, she recognized Saturn's voice? That is quite an audacious hypothesis. Wait, he was there? Onahara? Oh, he was through the snail? Wait, I have to remember. But he wasn't physically there, that's for sure. I guess, yeah, remember that there was a moment in her flashback in Ohara, they were talking through a snail. Right? This was the voice she heard coming from a snail, and that must have been his voice. And now she recognizes it many years later. Well, I understand that was a traumatic moment, but I would never, I wouldn't recognize the voice I heard like yesterday. You must be Nico Robin, the woman Akainu let slip through his fingers, that important fool. He's one of the 5 elders. So Robin is here, obviously, in this cart, and she recognizes his voice, and he recognizes her, and she's very scared. Oof, okay. Double page now. Okay. I'll try not like to spoil myself, you know, frame by frame. What are you talking about? Protect Robin! Okay, so Nami quickly realizes like what the situation is, and that obviously the Gorosei they will try to get rid of Robin. So she's like immediately like she is the main target. Protect Robin quickly, and Saturn already moves in to strike, and then we have this huge panel. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, that's so sweet. She's like, I like her, she's ready to act. Okay, Nami holds Robin and jumps away with her, trying to protect her. from that attack, and everyone else also jumps into action. Oh wait, she uses her club, even like her rod with Zeus here as a club to block the attack. Chopper also used his like big fluffy form to block another claw, and we have Usopp here sniping, and Brook using his ability as well. Oh, wait, even I think cutting off one of the claws will keep you safe no matter what. Move, you filthy insects. Wait, this is a really nice panel. It's like very nice to see that quickly they sprung into action to protect Robin. And you could say like she's here with some of the weakest parts of the crew, not with the strongest in any case. Like I think the whole Straw Hat crew is now the whole crew is now much stronger, of course, than they were in the beginning. But I think that's really cool to see how even like being with the weakest part maybe of the Straw Hat crew. Of course, we have Brook here, and Chopper is ain't that weak, but still, you know, that they can do their best to protect Robin. That is, I don't know, that is very sweet, like considering all our like story with Robin. And I don't know, I just really like this panel. I'm sure what I'm about to say will be hard to accept. Vegapunk continues. Some of you may think me a madman or even an idiot. This is futile. There are far too many life forms in the vicinity of the laboratory. I cannot sense any unique telepathic waves. I think like Mars has given up because he thinks there's literally no point. He cannot sense anything, so he can't stop it. But I think he still thinks about it. He is looking for opportunities still. Meanwhile, York is also like think. If this keeps up, they won't let me be a celestial dragon. I'm a Vegapunk too, so where would I hide it? So she has no idea. She's thinking about it, man. Do you really want to be a celestial dragon? Like, seriously? Do you want to be one of the shittiest people in this world? This is your fucking dream? Okay. That said, it is still my duty to ensure that everyone is aware of this issue. Vegapunk, stop dawdling. Get to the point. Oh, last page, double page. Start from the right so I don't spoil myself. Okay, step by step. Perhaps we should consider destroying the power station to stop this, Gorosei are discussing between themselves. That is out of the question. The nearby marines, ships and equipment aren't the only things we stand to lose in the blast. We would also be sacrificing our one and only means of replicating our success with the Mother Flame. I'll cut to the chase. Okay, let's see what he says. I'm ready. Wait, this is not what I expected. Our world is going to sink into the ocean? I was expecting some big announcement, I think about maybe the past, about some secrets of the world, about something like super revolutionary. I didn't expect like something ominous about the future, like what is going to happen, something like that. Like, our world is going to sink into the ocean. Is this enough? Like, what is it? Okay, let's finish the page. What? Marines are shocked. We see mermaids in the sea, children, a confession, and a shocking prediction. And this is the end of the chapter, so now we can talk a little bit. I'm thinking like Gorosei with Imu, they were talking about some kind of great cleansing. And I was thinking, okay, they kind of maybe did that before to clear up everything and start the road anew, so everyone forgets about that history of the past, and it is easier for them again to rule over the world. And then once people start like realizing what is going on and more revolutions going on, and someone with sneaker fruit appearing, they're like, okay, this isn't going well, we need to do cleansing again, right? And so we saw them though completely destroying islands with something completely different that looks like a huge nuclear explosion, let's say, right? So you would assume they would just nuke all the islands, but then I guess where the new life will come from. But then again, could this be, because I think that would fit if we get many stories of One Piece, many motifs being inspired by the myths of different culture, and of course the Christian myth is one of the most popular ones, and there was a story about basically the Great Cleansing where the whole world was sunk into the ocean, into the water, and only this Noah in his kovcheg, how is it in English? I don't know. Ark, I think it's called. Noah's Ark. Why is it so different? In Russian it's called kovcheg. So in this like huge boat, he survived with his wife and some other, his family and some animals, right? And then after a while, the water calmed down. There were like empty islands or continents again, and they just started living and you started a new life. So could this be something like this? Like the idea of the Great Cleansing is to do this. But I think that there must be like a proper word for it. I think Великий Потоп. Yeah, it's called literally the Great Flood. So yeah, using the story of a great flood, which was technically the great cleansing of the world, as something that Gorosei would use as the great cleansing of the world. And so that is what Vegapunk is saying. This is like this theory number one, right? Vegapunk is talking about that great cleansing and he realizes it's going to happen, and Gorosei didn't want anyone to know this because this is their plan. This is the cleansing they want to like conduct. And the second option is that there are some natural occurrences that he noticed as a scientist, that slowly the islands are drowning, because I think in our real world there also a thing like this, that islands are being like slowly devoured by the ocean and maybe disappearing under the ocean. And this will be something happening naturally, and he is just saying like this. I predict that this is probably going to happen because of scientific reasons, right? And maybe there is something that we can do about it, or something like that. So these are two options, I think. Is either he is talking about the cleansing that kind of figured out, or he is talking about something that is a natural occurrence, and he's like scientific prediction. These are my theories. So I think like the Great Flood would work well because of the same theme, and you know, it would fit really well here, right, thematically. But at the same time, how would he know about this, about the cleansing they are planning? Like, was he maybe asked to do something for this cleansing, and that's how he got to know about it, and now this is one of his sins that he kind of participated in creating some mechanism that will allow them to do this great cleansing, this great flood. This is a very interesting question, and I think it was said, it's not said in the chapter, but we have Golden Week, I think, next week. It was said in One Piece Discord, so there maybe will be a break. I don't know if I have time, I might make a theory video, because this is a very interesting topic, but like no promises, you know, lately I don't have time, unfortunately, for like theory, discussion, analysis video, even though I like doing them. They take like obviously much more time than just reading a chapter and talking to you here. So in any case, I think it would be cool if you shared your own theories on this. Like, what do you think about this revelation? It is honestly like completely not what I expected. I think he's going to say more in the next chapter, but what we have here, this is like not my expectation. I was expecting something completely different, so I'm a bit surprised. Like, huh? So what are your thoughts on this? How do you see, like, what do you think it means, what is your theory. Please share your thoughts in the comments down below. That would be it for today. Thank you for watching and see ya.